What's up everyone, and welcome to NAHA. It's Mike here, and tonight we're reviewing Othmani Samsun Baklava. That's right, chocolate dessert in hookah tobacco form. Who could go wrong? So let's go ahead and get on into it. Of course, Othmani being revamped, redone, new and improved since the last time we reviewed it. This one being a remake of the previous baklava. A few changes. Of course, we've already covered in the last video the packaging. Very nice upgrade to the packaging. As far as the cut goes, very finely chopped up leaf cut, pretty juicy, and a nice undyed natural brown color. As far as the smell, automatically you pick up a chocolate flavor. I'm going to say it's kind of a milk chocolate flavor, but I'm also picking up some sort of nutty back note, and I want to say a hazelnut, possibly even a walnut, but definitely getting some sort of nutty back note to it. As far as our setups go, we're using a funnel bowl of some sorts, water in the base, HD foil, and coconut coals of each one of our choice. I'm pretty late in the session, so let's go ahead and see what we have as far as clouds go. As you see, very nice thick clouds, and that's even being so far into the session. I've got the wind cover on. No complaints as far as the clouds go. As far as the flavor, I'm going to hold off, come back a little while, and tell you what I think of it. But up next, AOJ.
Thanks a lot, Mike. What's going on, everybody? AOJ, going to give you guys my segment on Samsun Baklava. So I'm showing you guys a couple clouds, evaluate the flavor, and give you guys my honest opinion. So here we go. As you guys can see, very big white impressive clouds. As far as the flavoring, if you guys kept up with my personal channel, you guys know that I've done this review in the past. I've done actually before Othmani was actually released, and from then till now it has changed tremendously. Before I was getting a nice combination of something lemony, a little bit of a fruit type of aspect to it, a nutty flavor, maybe a little bit of a chocolate flavor, but it was really just true to what it was supposed to be. Nowadays, when this particular batch, I'm getting more of a change. It has dropped tremendously compared to my previous experience, and now I'm getting more of just a chocolate and nutty flavor, and that's pretty much it. There is a little bit of a zesty note to it, but it's not compared to what I had previously in the past, and it's not as good in my personal opinion. It's still an enjoyable smoke, still tastes very good, still enjoyable, like I said, but it has dropped tremendously compared to what I can remember. Samsun Baklava and Turkish coffee was one of my favorites. It's kind of a disappointment that it has changed quite a bit, and I know that chocolate flavor is probably coming from the tobacco alone, but it's still a good flavor. So in my personal opinion, I'm going ahead and rate it a 7. Stay tuned for Hookah Demon.
Thanks a lot, AOJ. Hookah Demon here, and here's my take on Samsun Baklava. Now when I taste this, I don't like, I taste sort of like a vanilla sort of flavor, but it's like a very, very light one, and I kind of taste some other sort of spice. I'm probably going to say like maybe cinnamon. I kind of taste a little bit of cinnamon, and just a tad of chocolate, which all together, mixed together, I think that it tastes really amazing. In my opinion, it's probably my favorite flavor from the whole line. But enough of my jibber-jabbering. Let me take a puff, and I'll tell you guys what I think. Just like what I said, I get a very light vanilla flavor, a very light cinnamon flavor, and then I get also a light chocolatey flavor. Now, to me, it's kind of like sort of like a Tootsie Roll sort of chocolate, but mixed with that light flavor of vanilla and the light flavor of cinnamon. I think it tastes really well, and it's really well blended together. And to me, it's just, I think it's a really amazing flavor personally. So my overall rating for this, I'm going to have to give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a really good flavor, and I really do enjoy it, and I can smoke this a lot, actually. So yeah, that was my opinion on Samsun Baklava, and up next I got MG Hookah for you.
Thanks a lot, Hookah Demon. It's MG Hookah here to give you guys my take on Othmani Samsun Baklava. Show you the smoke. So as you guys can see there, very thick, dense white clouds. Again, with Othmani, you're always going to get extremely dense, white, thick smoke. So again, as far as that goes, no surprise there at all. But as far as the taste, now at work, we have baklava, so that's something I eat fairly often. For me there, it tastes a little bit like, more of like a syrupy pastry with kind of like an almond nutty, you know, middle to it. So as far as this flavor in particular, I get that. I get the syrupy pastry to it, and then you've got that almond nuttiness that you would get with the actual baklava. Again, with this flavor, with the mixture itself, like Mike said, you can actually get kind of like a Tootsie Roll taste to it. It's very good. And it's extremely, extremely accurate. It's very sweet. It's a very nice dessert smoke, or, you know, like I said, I just woke up, so it's definitely a morning smoke for me. It's something I really do enjoy, and it's spot on accurate to baklava, and it's absolutely delicious. But like I said, you do kind of get a Tootsie Roll taste to it with the mixtures. If you do combine, you could actually pull out kind of like a Tootsie Roll taste. So it's actually really, really good, and it's extremely accurate. It's the only baklava flavor I know of. So, I mean, like I said, I love baklava. So again, I'm going to have to give this a 10 out of 10 because it's the only baklava flavor I know of. It's perfectly accurate. You get that nice syrupy pastry taste to it, and then you get that nice nutty, almondy, even Tootsie Roll-like taste to it as well. So it's extremely accurate. It's very strong. It's not overpowering, but it's a very bold flavor. Overall, just a very solid flavor. I'm going to have to give it a 10 out of 10. And Canadian Shisha is up next.
Thanks, MG Hookah. Guys, it's Canadian Shisha, and here's my portion of the review on Samsun Baklava. I really enjoy the taste myself. It's definitely a chocolate Tootsie Roll flavor. You do get that kind of dessert aspect to it. It's really, really delicious. I am picking up subtle hints of what I think is raisin. That's kind of what I'm getting out of it. Just very, very subtle on the back notes. But let me take some clouds here and show you guys what I'm getting. As you can see, cloud output is excellent. Getting really nice, robust clouds. I'm finding that the tobacco itself doesn't burn and manages heat very, very well. And the flavor, like I said, guys, is very decadent, very delicious. Tastes exactly like a chocolate Tootsie Roll with what I think is a hint of raisin on the end there. I would love to have this if the flavor itself was a little bit stronger. I am finding that it's not as strong as some of the past Othmani tobaccos I've tried. Especially the Zanzibar Double Apple, but I do enjoy it, and if it was a bit stronger, I think it would get a higher rating in my book. All in all, I'm definitely going to give it an 8 out of 10. I really like the flavor. It's unlike anything else that I've had, but definitely I could bump this to a 9, 9.5 if it was a little bit more prominent in the flavor category. Anyway, I'll take one more cloud for you guys. There you have it, guys. 8 out of 10 Othmani Samsun Baklava. Up next, guys, is Smoker Pass.
Thank you, Canadian Shisha. What's going on, everybody? It's Sean with Smoker Pass. It's time for me to give you my take on Samsun Baklava. Alright, so I've never had baklava before smoking this, and I kind of just jumped in and smoked this before even testing what it's supposed to taste like. And I love this flavor. Absolutely love it. It's totally different. And I usually kind of like the flavors that are just kind of off the wall. This one is definitely just, it's a nice dessert flavor. It's a nice bowl to load when you've got a lot of people over. It's kind of just one of those things where everyone kind of gravitates to just because of that different taste. You definitely get a nice chocolate smell to it. There's even kind of like a hint of some type of nut, almost like a hazelnut. Kind of reminds me of like the little chocolate balls, the hazelnut and chocolate mix. That's really kind of the the taste and the smell of what I'm getting from this. Now, comparing this to baklava, I did go out and try some baklava, and I hated the baklava. Did not like the baklava at all. To me, it had too much of a buttery kind of taste. I know it's a flaky kind of dessert, and I'm so glad that there is no butter taste at all. So if you associate butter with baklava, do not think of that when it comes to smoking. This flavor is still just amazing. It's a nice mixer, just to toss in a little bit of chocolate, maybe with some double apple, like a chocolate double apple. Perfect. Let me show you some clouds real quick. I've got it loaded up. Small funnel. Let's go. So, cloud output, amazing. Longevity, this chocolate lasts a while. I mean, it is a long smoke and you will enjoy it. I guarantee it, kind of. Alright, so I'm going to pass on over to Mike. He's going to wrap it up for you guys, give us a total score, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.
Thank you very much, Smoker Pass. There you have it, folks. Everyone's thoughts on Samsun Baklava, except for my own. Of course, we can all agree that it is a predominant chocolate flavor. So let me see what I have. I definitely get what I smelled. I'm picking up a strong chocolate flavor as the predominant note in this flavor. I'd have to say it is a milk chocolate flavor. Now on that very back end of it, I do get that nutty aftertaste. Again, I'm not certain if it's hazelnut or walnut, but definitely some sort of nutty flavor. Overall, I think that the flavor could be a tad stronger on the flavor strength scale, but it's still highly enjoyable. It's not overly strong, but it's not weak at all. Now, I was a huge fan of the previous baklava. With this one, I gotta say, I like this chocolate flavor more than the previous batch. Now, I don't want to say that this is as accurate as the previous batch. I think the previous batch was a little bit more on point to the actual baklava dessert. But with this, the chocolate flavor to me is just so much better, and I highly enjoy the flavor overall. To me, it really reminds me of kind of a Tootsie Roll flavor with some sort of nutty back note to it. It's very, very enjoyable. I highly recommend it if you like chocolate flavors. This one is probably my new favorite chocolate flavor available, so that's definitely saying a lot. So my overall rating is going to be a 9 for 10. That's going to leave us as our overall group average as well as a 9 for 10. Highly recommend it. Go and check it out. If you like chocolate, you owe it to yourself. So find it at medwalk.com. I think that's all we have for it, folks. If you can, please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, smoke on.